So when we have a look at this 404 error page that we're seeing on the site, you can see that it's not a great looking page. I mean, it doesn't really help anybody. They can scroll down to the bottom and they can see some categories, but it doesn't kind of say, you know, sorry or anything like that. It doesn't say anything interesting, funny. So there's a lot of sites that get quite creative with their 404 pages, so that if they do actually, unfortunately, people reach this page, that, you know, it either entertains them or gives them some better instructions for what to do. So what we're going to do now is just look at some better 404 error pages that might be more likely to actually keep people on your website. Okay, so this is a blog post I found that has some of the best 404 pages from around the web. So I've got this first one here, which is kind of funny, but it doesn't actually help as far as people being able to find you. Again, funny, but it doesn't give people any kind of action to do in order to find you. This particular page has does have a call to action. I'm not really sure where that actually takes somebody, but you know, that might be something that takes people to the home page of your site. Here's one that's funny, but also has some calls to action. So perhaps you can do a search or contact them. This particular page has like a video within their 404 page talking about how sorry your page is lost, and yeah, you can always pause the video if you want to read the rest of that. This one's got, you know, we can't find the page we're looking for. Click on the magic 8 ball to get answers to your questions. So that's quite creative because it kind of makes you want to do that. Then down the bottom, you might not be able to read it, but it says back to home page, do a search, visit the shop. So that's actually quite a good 404 error page as far as, you know, having actions on there that people can take. This one is like a really cute 404 page. And it's got go to the home page or email, so you can put all kinds of links there. So a search bar is always a really good idea so that people can maybe search within your site for what they were looking for. As this title says, this is with a strong call to action. So this is the eHarmony one, so it's kind of funny, and then it's also getting people to join or log in. Again, we've got a cute page, and it's got options for where you can go. This one could be a really creative way of doing it as well. Here's nearly everything. Another funny one, and it's also got, you know, calls to action there. So this one is apparently a highly successful one. This is quite a clever one as well. So it's obviously a site for bands. You can put in your city and state, the date, event, and find things. As you can see, this is a really poor 404 page compared to, you know, the pages that we just looked at, and I've left it that way on purpose for the purposes of this video, and maybe by the time that you actually are watching this, there'll be a completely different 404 error page on this website. So that's the end of tip number 2 for SEO for small business websites. We'll just do a a review of that. So the first thing is that there's these 404 error pages that exist on your site. They can be created by getting a new web developer and changing your website over, changing your domain name, changing a theme on your website. There's probably other reasons as well, but it also may be because you actually changed it yourself without realizing that it was creating a 404 error page by going in and changing a permalink or an alias or something like that for a page. The ways that you find out whether you actually have a 404 error is going into things like Webmaster Tools, Google Analytics, and or using a program like Screaming Frog that can show you where the errors are. There's a lot of other paid programs, but Webmaster Tools, Google Analytics, and Screaming Frog are some free tools that you can use to be able to find these 404 error pages. Then, you know, the ones that you could have a whole stack of 404 error pages. The ones that you really want to redirect are the ones that could potentially be bringing you traffic or could potentially have had links to them in the past, which is usually going to be proper pages on your website. So you can see that the ones that we've redirected are the ones that were like proper pages on the website. The way to redirect them is to either send a list to your web developer that has the URL for the page that's a 404 error. So that would be, you know, send them this whole like URL that's the 404 error, and then next to it, say in an Excel spreadsheet or something, put the URL that you want it to be redirected to, and then your web developers could do that. If you've got WordPress or Joomla or some other kind of CMS system that has a plugin or that already has some kind of redirection system within the website, then it's a matter of going into that redirection plugin, however it looks, putting the 404 error URL, and then putting the one that you want it to go to and adding that redirection, then checking that actually works. So that's the end of step number 2.